Old Town San Diego, smoking some stogs. Right, how we looking? How we looking? This is the first time I've ever done one landscape like this, so let me know if it looks weird to you guys or not.
It's a beautiful place here.
Usually whenever I see people going live, it's always vertical, so yeah, we'll see how that works.
We wanted to get the full effect of Old Town San Diego, though.
Yeah. I hear a dog barking, of course.
Yeah, I was about to say there's not a soul here, and then suddenly when we start streaming.
Yeah. Dog starts barking, guy comes out of nowhere. All right, someone popped in and popped out. Cool, loyal, thanks. Let's see. Once more people pop in, we can get a feel on landscape versus portrait. But for those of you who are watching this at a later time, the recording, let's take a look at the little courtyard here. Really freaking beautiful. And we're getting ready to do a ghost hunt as soon as we're done with this live stream. Oh, Shimon, what's up, buddy? Hey, how do things look, man? Does it look okay, or are we, vertical versus horizontal? How do things look for you? We look okay? How we look? Oh, it looks fine. Cool. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever done this this direction, so I want to make sure it looks good. Yeah, dude. So really excited. We're getting ready to do a ghost hunt. We just had a really big dinner, but everything is closed now in Old Town. We're in the middle of Old Town San Diego, outside a very haunted hotel right here, the Cosmopolitan Hotel.
The Hotel Ghost.
Yes. And literally we have Old Town San Diego pretty much to ourselves, aside from a dude walking his dog and probably a couple bums.
Yeah.
But really cool, really exciting, and we're starting the night off with Stogie. I'm smoking a very mediocre cigar. The guy at the cigar shop said it was great, but it's not. It's kind of shitty.
Yeah, the cigar guys that say things are great, certain cigars are just like either mediocre or kind of bland. I don't get it. They have weird taste palettes. Finally, normal time to stream. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I thought it'd be good to stream now.
Yeah, he actually said that. Yeah. He's like, this will be a prime time for our boys in Europe. Yeah. I was like, fuck yeah. But yeah, to let you guys know, I'm smoking Olmec, Olmec, ESTELX, Nicaragua. There you go. It's got a little dude on it.
And it's not too good.
It's mediocre. I'd give it a 2.9 out of 5. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's not the worst, but it's not the best by any means.
I smoked what was suggested to me by the cowboy cigar guys yesterday, and it wasn't that good. So today I got a classic acid, which I always smoke, and it was good. Hit the spot. Yeah, one thing I've found with cigar aficionados and cigar guys, because over time we've just gradually become cigar guys because we've smoked a shit ton of cigars. I wouldn't call myself an aficionado, but I would call myself a fan for sure. And a lot of the dudes that work at those places always select things that tend to taste like shit. So I don't know. I know what I like. I like a smoother smoke. What can I say? But yeah, it's been a really good trip so far. We've just been essentially living off Mexican food. And I'm not mad about it because some of the best Mexican food I think in the world is here. You agree? Oh yeah, absolutely. We just had the last 2 nights were incredible.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. Really good.
They still have those little like historical displays with the lights on in there. It's kind of cool.
Actually, who else is joining us tonight? Let me take a look here. Sorry, let me look at the chat. Live chat.
Say something if you're here to let us know you're here.
Sorry.
I don't know if it tells us. It's just YouTube.
I can't see the chats until they pop up, but then they like disappear. Yeah. So I apologize if I missed your chat. At least on landscape view. I'm gonna try. Actually, I don't want to smoke over here because there's a lot of like dry leaves.
Very conscientious.
Well, yeah, Old Town back in the olden days burned down, like the whole town. I don't want to be responsible for the second fire, right?
That one's creepy. It's got a little bed in it.
All right, check this out, guys. So like I said, we have Old Town to ourselves. And a little background on this. This was like where San Diego started. This was like the original settlement where like the Spaniards first came. And and it was a thriving old Western town up until it burned down, and then they rebuilt it. And a couple of the original buildings are still standing, but they rebuilt like 90% of it on top of the old foundation that was here. But this was an old Western town, and it was one of the first settlements in San Diego. And it's really cool. A lot of potentially paranormal activity. But look here. Look at this old building here. Look inside. Check it out now. And this was like some kind of compound that people lived in. I don't know if it was, we haven't been able to get inside. It's like, it has really weird hours. So I can't remember if this was military related or if this was church related, but it was like some kind of compound that people lived on. Yeah. Bunch of Spaniards, I believe. Also, I'm testing out a microphone I've never used on a live stream, so let me know how it sounds. It's plugged into the phone here, so let me know if it sounds smooth. There's storage. Nice. Sound is smooth AF. Awesome. Thank you, Shimon. All right, look in here. You can see a 1800s bedroom. I'd have to look, but this might even be late 1700s. But I believe the furniture is supposed to be representative of 1800s. Pretty cool. I know that's nothing to you, Warhammer. I know you see a lot of very, very old places in Europe, but the history out here in the southwestern United States is, and western United States is a lot younger. So this is the oldest shit we got, but still pretty cool. Take a look at this old western hotel, though. Look, there's a sign for the saloon. Check it out. But yeah, this building right here, I tried to get a reservation here to stay here, but all of them were single beds. And I like Emmett, but I don't like him that much. So we found another place. And also the other ones, this one in particular, they were trying to really capitalize on the ghost hunting stuff. And they're like, oh, if you want to film, it's like $500 a person and all this. And we're like, whoa, hey, come on, man. Yeah. So they were kind of going about it the wrong way. Like they were kind of gouging people. And sometimes when they do that, not just because it's expensive, but also it feels a little phony. Like, look at this. They have like ghost hunting, ghost tours, all these signs. And those are like guided ones. And we've seen the groups going around, and it's like groups of like 20 people. And like, you're not going to catch ghosts with 20 people being noisy, walking around these cliche locations.
It's like some hokey tour guide that's all dressed in black. And it's very cheap, and it's not like fun at all.
Yeah. And our thing is like, when we ghost hunt, it's like just us. We go out. I mean, once in a while we'll have like, Martine with us or someone like that. But usually it's just me and Emmett. And we'll go out, and I feel like we elicit a lot better responses, and we get better stuff, and it's just spookier. When you go in with a big group of people, usually you're not going to see ghostly activity.
You got to be alone, or just with few people.
Yeah. I mean, the whole group takes the creepy vibes away. 100%, dude. Yeah, 100%. And that's what they do here, and I get it. They're capitalizing on it. They're trying to make money. That's really what a lot of this is about, is just them making money. But we're here to bring cool content and good videos and try to actually catch something. And if anything, even if we don't catch anything, just put out a cool spooky vibe, because people love good spooky videos. But you go in with a group of 20 people and everyone pays, $40 each. Like, yeah, you got a good business going, but you're not going to catch shit, Check this out.
That's the old barn.
Look at this.
A lot of hay and shit in its day.
We're basically walking around a town from Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, it really feels like that. It feels a little Bioshock Infinite-y, like that colonial early 1900s thing. It's kind of cool. And yeah, also very, very Red Dead. And
Blasted Max Vino, what's up, buddy?
And then the Spanish aspects make it feel like some towns or some villa in an Assassin's Creed game or something. It's very video gamey all the way around.
Yeah, it has a cool mix of like colonial Spanish mixed with like old school Mexico and old West America.
Those like half circle flags, that's so early 1900s, I feel like.
Yeah.
America,
La Casa de Estudio. Accessible entry.
I don't know how accessible it is.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to get in there.
So yeah, for those of you who are just joining us, we're in an old western town in San Diego. Old town San Diego.
Very cool.
And knock on wood, we're the only ones here. Like literally we have the run of the town right now.
Yeah,
There's
really do. It's crazy.
There's nobody here.
Yeah, that's the eerie thing about this place. It's such a tourist attraction, and then the minute all the restaurants close at like 9:30, or like 10, that's like the last of the people. They're all just gone. But you can still walk around, but there's just nothing. It's like everyone just clears out. It's very bizarre.
And what's interesting is we thought there'd be heavy duty security. They'd be like, hey, get the fuck out of here, Not the case. I mean, if it happens, we'll leave. Yeah. We'll respect them. But yeah, dude, crazy shit. Check out the old Cosmopolitan Hotel again. Oh, very cool. And for those of you guys just joining us, like I said, we're amping up to do a ghost hunt right after this.
Yeah.
That video will come out a little later this week or early next week. and I'll drop it on the Unfazed Frights channel. So if you haven't subscribed to that, please make sure you do, because I'm going to start really putting more effort into that channel. Sorry, Shimon. It's quite weird, San Diego. Oh, I lost it. Fuck. Hang on.
I think we can...
I wonder if I flip it, if I can see. Oh, I
Hold
can't.
on.
Let's see. Let me see. Top chat. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I got you.
Cool.
It's quite weird. San Diego is definitely a town you hear about, even in Europe, but looks quite dead. Well, old town, I guess. Yeah, it's totally different, man. So San Diego... sorry, there's a person walking over here. There's like occasionally I see like one random person walking around. So San Diego as a whole is a very big city.
Yeah.
So you've got like a huge city, like millions of people.
Cool.
But downtown San Diego popping. You've got residential suburbs and stuff that are popping. You've got Pacific Beach. You've got La Jolla. You've got a whole bunch of big towns and big, sprawling metropolitan area around here. But Old Town is its own little thing. It's like, kind of this historic area. So this is really dead right now. But during the day, it's really busy. But San Diego as a whole is like popping. It's like a lot of people, big population. This is just kind of a special little area that's historic, and after 9 o'clock kind of dies out, which is why we like to be here. But if you ever come visit San Diego, dude, yeah, it's busy. It's a big city for sure. This is kind of an exception, you know what I mean? And we actually got really lucky. What's kind of cool, if anyone is interested in doing something like this in this area, we found a hotel that's like a very quick walk. I'd say, 8-minute walk from here, maybe 10 at most.
Yeah, the hotel was incredible.
Yeah, it's super close, just this little place, and it's not too busy, which is great. And it was like literally like a 5-minute drive to SeaWorld, which was incredible. And it's like a 10-minute drive from the beach. So it's like a really good location. But so we'll beach it up tomorrow. We did SeaWorld today, which is super cool. I don't know if you guys caught that live stream. There wasn't really a lot to it. We just kind of wanted to say what's up. But we had fun. We had fun, definitely. We got to see a cool pirate show that was cheesy and fun. We went on a couple roller coasters, which was a blast. What is that?
Little skunk?
Oh, we just saw a skunk run by. Yo, UNFAZED, Beetle Taxes, what's up, buddy?
Oh, Beetle Taxes, hello.
I love that name, by the way, of your channel. Like, is that a reference to Taxman, the Beatles song off Revolver, by George
I don't know
Harrison?
if it is, because it's like Beetle as the bug.
Yeah, but it's spelled differently. Is that what it's referencing? Beetle Taxes? Is it Taxman? Is that what it is?
And the Taxman.
Let me know.
Taxman.
But yeah, like I said, guys, Old Town San Diego. Dude, we had really good fajitas tonight. They were so good.
It was so good. It was the last restaurant that was open. All these restaurants close at 9.
Yeah.
And there was one, we just looked online because we were panicking. There was one that closed at 9:30 instead. And it was way at the other end of the Old Town that we were on. But we booked it over there, and we sat down. We had the nicest waiter and the best food. It was so good.
Shout out to Hugo.
Hugo was a boss.
Yeah, Hugo is
What do we
fucking
got
cool,
there?
man. I made it when I was 13 and used it ever since. I thought it was cool. Are you a Beatles fan, or was it just a coincidence?
Goinky-dink.
Beetle Taxes.
Goinky-dink. On my ass.
Your ass?
We've been walking so much today.
Oh, you got to put some Vaseline on there.
I do need the Vaseline on my ass.
Hey, here's a fun little fact for you. You want to avoid chafing on your legs if you're running a lot or walking a lot. You put a little Vaseline in between your legs. You're not going to be burning the next day.
It's true.
That's a runner's secret and a fat guy's secret.
The two polar opposites.
I guess you can put it in your ass too.
A runner's secret and a fat guy's secret.
Just
Yeah,
a
if you put it-
coincidence, but it got me into the Beatles when people asked a lot. That's cool, man.
cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge Beatles fan, dude. I love the Beatles. I guess apparently now we've talked about it on podcasts before, but it's popular for like people, even people our age, but people a little bit younger to like shit on the Beatles, which I think is so stupid. Like,
They weren't that good.
yeah, there's so many people that are like, they weren't that good.
Yeah.
I'm like, what was before them?
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny that people shit on them, but like the band broke up in 1970.
Well, it's also like
Like-
the people that say they're not good are the people who like shit. They're like, Ice Spice is way better than the Beatles. And it's like, okay, you're retarded. You know?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
like, the guys were so prolific. Like,
Yeah.
they came out with... They wrote the album Help in, like, a fucking month.
Yeah. I know.
like, literally, like... I seem to remember hearing a story where they're on vacation together, and Brian Epstein, their manager, called them and was like, hey, guys, we got studio time. The last record was a hit. He's like, we need to get in the studio and have something ready, like, 3 weeks from now. And John and Paul were like, oh, we're on a vacation right now, but we'll just whip up an album.
Yeah.
And it was like, help.
Yeah.
Like, they were so fucking talented. And there's songs they omitted from that album, too. They wrote more than they had to. Like, those guys were just geniuses, man. And Lennon and McCartney alone, if they would have just done something like Simon and Garfunkel, they would have been so successful.
Absolutely.
You throw George into the mix, and then Ringo as a compliment. George Costanza.
Yeah.
And then later on, after they stopped touring, like in 66, George Martin came in as a producer. Dude, they were unstoppable. And I do think George Martin was a huge part of their success later.
Huge. And they had a lot of amazing musicians on a lot of their tracks. Like Billy Preston played keys on a lot of their tracks, and like all these fucking incredible musicians came into play for them because they were the Beatles. So it just made it even better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Preston was the only one to ever get a credit on a record along with the Beatles. When they released 45s, it would always just be the Beatles because it was always usually just them.
Right.
But he got credit on, I believe, Let It Be and Get Back as a big contributor. Which is good album. But I do think Preston was good, but his presence was more just on Let It Be in the White Album.
Yeah.
But I think George Martin really was a huge part of it. Because George Martin got on board, I believe, around Rubber Soul. And for me, that's when I think they really took off. Rubber Soul, Revolver.
Yeah, he was the one who orchestrated all their stuff, right?
Yeah.
All the strings and brass. Yeah, that stuff really brought it to life.
I think George Martin, I mean, don't get me wrong, they were incredible before that. But I think Rubber Soul onward is my favorite Beatles stuff.
Yeah.
I would say, boy, it's hard to pick a favorite. I love the White Album. I know some people shit on the White Album, but I love the White Album.
What about the White Album?
I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say, it's too
It's too white.
It's too all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the point.
Oh, come on. Yeah, what the hell?
That's the point.
Yeah.
Abbey Road is great. I like Let It Be, but the best version of it to me is Let It Be Naked. And I know, funny name, hey, Naked. But it was an official release that they did. I think it came out in the 90s, and it was a stripped back version that McCartney and George Martin supervised.
More intimate,
And it's how originally Let It Be was supposed to sound. It was supposed to be more of a stripped back kind of like almost pseudo country album in a way. And Phil Spector was actually the one who ended up doing the final mixing and mastering of it. And that's what we got in 1970 as their official final album, even though Abbey Road was really their last album. In sequence, Let It Be was the one that was released last, even though it was recorded before Abbey Road.
Interesting.
And Phil Spector did it, and he added a whole bunch of horns and shit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what they had really wanted. So Let It Be Naked, I think, is the definitive version of Abbey Road because Paul and George Martin, and I believe George Harrison was still alive at that time. All of them like approved, like, hey, this is what it was supposed to sound like.
That's cool.
And dude, Let It Be Naked is the best version. Like, give that a listen, throw it on your playlist, add it on Spotify. Like,
Beautiful.
One of the best Beatles albums for sure.
Beautiful.
And I would say, Rubber Soul and Revolver and Magical Mystery Tour I actually like better than
Magical Mystery Tour
I like
great.
it better than Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I think it's a better album. I think it was more ambitious. And it was less pretentious. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't shit on Paul McCartney. I love him, but he was getting, I don't know. He was getting a little experimental at that point with Sgt. Pepper, and it was cool, but I think Magical Mystery Tour was more fun.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Sorry, it's getting pretty dark here, guys. All right, check this out, guys. Check this out. So this is like real old Western buildings here. Sorry, it's pretty dark. I apologize. But this is like where the horse stable would be.
I love a horse.
This is where you'd come and you'd get your tobacco. Like I said, everything's closed up right now, so... Oh, check this out.
Look at that. We gotta go over
I'm
that lamp.
hesitant to bring my cigar over here.
There's someone
'cause-
over there.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think my cigar went out, actually. Fuck.
Oh, baby.
Shit. Emmett, you want to take over while I relight?
Absolutely.
Go ahead and record yourself, mister.
Hello, Unfazed crew. How are you to
I can't find my matches.
Oh, I got some.
You got some?
Yeah. I put on a bunch of sunblock at it was a Disney World, SeaWorld this morning, and then I immediately sweat it all off because I have a very I have no sweat threshold. I'm just constantly sweating. Hey, Emmett, is Max ever gonna get back in? I don't know. You have to ask him. I don't think so though. But yeah, I put on a bunch of sunblock, and then I immediately sweat it off, and it got into my eyes, and I had to like wash my eyes out, and then I just got a burn anyway. So even if I want to tan, even if I want to avoid getting any sun, inevitably, irrevocably, I'm just gonna get burned. But it's okay. Had a fun time at SeaWorld. Had a wonderful time. Had a beautiful time. And if you guys didn't catch, I think we mentioned it on our on one of our SeaWorld streams that we vlogged. We vlogged the Yuma Territorial Prison on our way up, and we got some like scary. We got some scary moments. There was some. I think it's the is it the EVP? I actually have it in my pocket right now. Sunblock makes me sweat more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had this thing. I think it's the EVP. But yeah, we had this, and we're getting some cool stuff on that. But even more cool, and we have it on video. Unfortunately, it's one of those things like, I guess it could be easily faked, and you just have to take our word for it. But take my word for it, because I'm not usually into the ghost hunting thing, and Ben has told me he likes taking me along expressly because I'm skeptical. But we were in what they called the dark cell, which is a cool name. It was just like solitary confinement basically, and we were doing all that stuff in there. And I had the EVP thing, and I was walking around, and we were getting some spikes. But what was really cool is that Ben has a talk box app on his phone, which is like the thing that spirits can talk through or whatever. And we always just turn it on just for fun. We kind of know it's bullshit. We hear the same sound bites through there all the time. However, in the middle of us trying to like conjure the ghosts or whatever, we had the talk box on. We both heard. It just sounded like there was a third person in the room. I was next to Ben, and then the voice or the noise sounded like it came from on the other side of Ben. Was your belief contrast makes the video. Thank you, man. Yeah. Well, we heard very like matter of fact a guy exhaling. It just sounded like, and like it was right. It was obviously not from the talk box, because at that moment Ben's phone was on the floor, and like was not from that area. We both heard it from the same spot at the same time, and we like looked over because we were like, holy, there's that flash of a fraction of a second where you really think like, oh, maybe there's just a dude in the room, and then you realize, no, it's just me and Ben, and we totally heard this exhale, and I was recording it on my phone. You can hear it clear as day. That's the thing I was really worried about. It was just an exhale, so I was like, maybe it's probably not going to show up on my phone, but you can absolutely hear it, and we have that video posted privately right now, and we're going to edit it and not edit it, but just cut it down and put it up on here in probably a few days, and it's super fucking crazy. It was really crazy. It was one of those, I think I just went like, holy shit, and we both started freaking out. It was really cool. It was really spooky.
Oh, you like this thing?
That whole place. Oh, yeah? Having trouble?
I'm having trouble.
Oh, baby.
I was talking to that guy and petting his dog.
Oh, lots of doggies.
He's a priest.
Oh, a priest. That's cool.
Priest walking his dog,
He's
smoking a cigar.
cigar.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
You want to talk about cigars?
Yeah. He'd be like a doomsday priest that gets a shotgun.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to defend the church.
Walking his pit bull.
Yeah, walking his pit bull. Yeah. But no, it was cool. There's the church in the background there.
Yeah, you want to go look at it?
Beautiful. Yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, we went to the church earlier. It's beautiful. You got a nice shot of it. Yeah, it was super intriguing. It was very, very, very fucking insane. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that's not going to translate super well on camera or through the audio, because like the sense of space in the room, it was so obviously like, I can point to the exact place in the room where the noise came from, but there was just no one there, and it was so fucking weird.
Got it.
Oh, nice. Very, very bizarre shit. Like, yeah, again, I'm very skeptical, and I almost want this shit to be true because I think it would be cool. But then there's moments like that where I'm like, I have no explanation. Yeah. But then the other thing is like, what do you do after that?
Yeah.
So it's like, you just gotta accept it and move on. I guess.
That was. That priest was very nice, by the way. Cool dog, cute dog.
Oh.
We've seen a lot of cute dogs walking around. Big dog fan. But there was a funny dog. I'll include it in a video later. There was a truck parked down the road here, windows rolled down, and there was a dog chilling in it in the driver's seat. And he just looked like he was waiting to pick someone up.
He looked like he was like a dad waiting to pick up his kid or something.
He looked over at us. He's like,
very stoic. He did that sort of like side-eye thing where the dog doesn't turn his head.
Really, really cute. Yeah. All right, check out this cool fucking desperado church.
Get a good shot. The Church of the Immaculate Conception. It's beautiful inside. You guys will see later. Man, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
The tower there, man, it's beautiful.
Church of the Immaculate Conception. That's where Antonio Banderas goes in with his guitar case full of guns. Pretty cool. That'd be amazing if it's open. I doubt it, but. Unfortunately not. we had breakfast across the street from the church here at this place called Living Room Cafe and Grill. The service sucked.
Yeah, they were kind of. It was funny because we were just talking about how nice everyone is here, and everyone is really nice for the most part. Everyone's super personable. The ladies at the front desk at our hotel were just like casually talking to us about ghosts. Emotional. Yeah, you're right, Beetle. Yeah, the hotel ladies were super nice, and we asked for some root beer from this shop that just closed.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say just the ladies at the front desk at the hotel, super nice, super sweet. They were like really into the ghost hunting stuff. They're like, "What are you guys doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna just chill and like maybe do a little ghost hunting." They're like, "Ghosts?"
Yeah, they showed us a video they'd taken years ago, like one of their, paranormal moments, and they're really into it. Yeah.
Yeah, which was really cool, and it's nice to meet people like that that are so open about it, you know. Yeah. But go ahead and tell the root beer story.
Well, yeah, and then there was this shop that has really, really good root beer. It's one of those shops that's like all the root beer you could want, all the different kinds, and they had closed, and Ben went up and like asked like, "Hey, I know you're closed, but could I, just buy 2 real quick?" And then she just like handed us 2 beers and was like, "Have a nice night." And it was like 2 root beers, and everyone was just super, super nice. And then this morning, the Living Room Cafe guys, they weren't like outright rude, but they're just very short and not pleasant.
A little soup Nazi-ish.
Yeah, and they took a little long with what we ordered. We just wanted like a breakfast burrito and a waffle, and it took like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I was like, let's order something quick because we wanted to get to SeaWorld, And we're like waiting, and it was like us and like one other dude reading a paper.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't want to be that guy where I'm like, hey, hurry up, But at the same time, I'm like, there's nobody here.
It was not that great.
Like, what's taking so long?
And I think in contrast, everything else looked worse. But however, and then just after that, everything was great again. Everyone at SeaWorld was super nice.
SeaWorld was surprisingly fun.
Yeah, SeaWorld was super fun.
Yeah, overpriced as shit, but enjoyable.
Yeah, they really knew how to get you.
Yeah, they gouged you. But it was good, and even though it was crowded, it wasn't overcrowded, I don't think.
But Ben did a very nice thing. He decided we bought the Fast Pass tickets because, realistically it would have taken for fucking ever to get on any ride. And Ben decided, like, hey, now that we're done, why don't we just give our tickets to someone? And that's something that would never even occur to me. And there was this nice, sort of not like
middle-aged couple,
not politically conservative, but just just socially conservative-looking couple. This like Asian woman and this kind of dorky-looking dude, middle-aged couple, and we just gave it to them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much!" And they like immediately got into the other Fast Pass lane, and they totally made their day. That was a cool move by Ben.
I do what I can. Well, my thing is pay it forward, right? That's all I can say. I mean, I feel like if everyone did something like that, the world would be more unfazed and a more pleasant place.
Absolutely.
Yes. This is crazy, man. There's nobody out.
Except for the garbage collector.
Yeah, and I'm sure Lenny the bum. Hope they subscribe. I didn't even tell him about the channel, but I should have.
We tried to get Lenny the bum some food, but we couldn't, and then
yeah,
darted off.
But you know what's crazy about this? You're right. I should have told him about the channel, but no, I had a rare selfless moment, but. Walking around here, this was super, super busy earlier. This alley over here, I'm going to show you guys, it's all fenced off now. But during regular business hours, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., this alley has a whole bunch of little shops in it and little you can buy little, mini Mexican flamenco guitars and puppets, and it's just novelty shirts and stuff. But there's a Zoltar machine. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those, but the fortune teller machine. What's up, Impossible Pete? How you doing, brother? How's the channel going, huh? But anyway, this alley, everything's put away. The Zoltar machine's gone. There's Esmeralda fortune teller machine as well down at the end. They roll them inside so no one messes with them. But this is the alley. And what's weird about it is it looks really depressing and like nothing right now. But during business hours, it's like magic. It's like there's all these lights wrapped around the trees, and you've got these fortune teller machines.
A lot of human trafficking.
A lot of human trafficking. A lot of human trafficking due to the Zoltar machine. Yeah, but it's so funny. It's so funny. After 9 o'clock rolls around, what time is it right now? 11, something like that. 9:11. Inside job.
11:30.
11:30. It just dies. It's incredible. Yeah. Look at that mirror over there moving. Whoa, hey.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah, so anyway, it's really cool. And for those of you guys who are just joining us,
go away.
Awesome, Impossible Pete.
Going well.
Make sure you unsubscribe. I'm just kidding. We're going to do a ghost hunt. Hey, you guys want to see something really cool right now? Okay, so according to a lot of different people and different ghost shows and stuff, this house right up here in the corner is supposed to be one of the most haunted houses in the entire country.
The Whaley House.
The Whaley House. I've been inside of it once when I was a kid, but now, like we were talking about earlier, they're capitalizing on it, and it's kind of overdone. Like there's too many people going through it doing ghost hunts, and it kind of kills the magic a little bit. Yeah. It's become very touristy. But that being said, there's nobody here right now. Obviously, it's locked up. We can't go inside. But we can go around it and we can go into the backyard of it. So this is one of the most haunted houses in America, and we're going to show it to you right now. Check out the sign right here. The Whaley House, America's most haunted house. You guys see that shit? Check it out. Pretty cool. And what's funny is, something just hit my hand. What was that? Oh, a bug. Ugh. Ugh. All right, here's the Whaley House. And what's interesting about it, this used to be a courtroom back in the Old West. Seriously, it was. So it was like a house, and then this was a courtroom where law proceedings would happen. Historic California, U.S. 101. Old Town Mexican Cafe. Old Town Saloon. God, look how dead it is. So yeah, here's the Whaley House, guys.
The creepy lighting in the window there.
Yeah, super creepy. Now check out this cool courtyard adjacent to us.
This is where we can...
You guys want to check this out? Hey, drop some chats, guys. How you feeling? Oh, Impossible Pete, tell me more about your channel, dude. Everyone go subscribe to Impossible Pete's channel. We might get a copyright strike for the Benny Goodman
1920s tune, yeah.
jazz playing. All right, so most haunted house in America. Check this shit.
Oh, you can see in the window.
Yeah. And then apparently there was a murder or a suicide that happened in this this building back here. This little guest house. Please do not climb the tree or hang yourself. This is pretty cool, right? Is it too blurry for you guys on the live stream, or does it look all right? Ooh,
there we go.
motion sensor. There we go.
It's super cool. They've really maintained this in a cool way.
Let's see.
Like, maintains the vibe.
Heck yeah, based. Yeah, dude.
Heck yeah, based.
Fuck yeah. You know what's interesting? Nobody here. Like, you think this would just be crawling with ghost hunters.
Yeah, you do. You do.
But they all play by the rules. We don't.
We're unfazed.
We are unfazed. The cigar gets better the deeper I get into it. Like, it was really shitty when I first started, and now it's like acceptable. It's tolerable, you know? And it's going into the Enchanted Garden.
This part feels forgotten. Yeah.
It does feel different. This feels like a place where cats would nap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, it's handicapped accessible. Props.
Oh, that's nice.
A lot of places, historic places, don't have that because they weren't really thinking about it back then. But I commend them for that. That's good.
Yeah.
Everyone can enjoy it. Hey, check this house over here. This reminds me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna ask you guys. What does this house here remind you of? I know what it reminds me of, but I'm gonna show it to you. 1 second. 1 sec. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. 4 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay, maybe in like 5 seconds I'll show you. Yes, old courtrooms are oddly creepy. Okay, check this out. I know what this reminds me of. Tell me what it reminds you of. Wait a few seconds to comment so I can see it. Doombot, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the party. Good to see you again. All right, check this out. Tell me what this reminds you of. What does this remind you of?
Monster House.
All right. Is that what they said?
No, I just said that.
All right, what does it remind you guys of?
So it's a girl house.
Girl house? Yeah, a little bit. What do you guys think?
Let us know in the comments. 321, 321, 321.
It reminds me, Edgefield Street House from Phasmophobia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's a horror game.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I would like to play more horror games, but I get spooked. Cigar keeps going out. There we go.
It's cratering. Oh.
It is cratering. It reminds me of Michael Myers' house from the first Halloween.
Yep.
The Myers house. Doesn't it remind you of the Myers house?
Myers house.
The Myers house.
Any spooky house. Phasmophobia, Halloween.
I looked into his eyes and I saw nothing but pure evil. Michael Myers is the son of the devil.
He's trying to me like I have something to say about that.
Michael!
Oh, God.
You don't hear Michael talk much, do you?
He just goes, Rrr, I think. Does he ever run?
Damn, this fucking thing keeps going out.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Pretty much done.
The water main.
Keep losing it, man. It's frustrating.
The water main was the only source of water in the main. Yeah. Hello, Unfazed crew.
Anywho, so yeah, we're gonna go actually to a fun little location, a cemetery next, that is really old. and we're gonna do a proper ghost hunt. We have the equipment. We have 2 cameras. We have the EMF detector. We have a fun little toy that we hello UNFAZED boo. We have some really neat stuff that we're gonna play with tonight, and we have the Spirit Box app, of course. For you guys who are just joining us, Emmett and I went to Yuma Territorial Prison yesterday, which was an old Western prison, like 310 to Yuma. We were there. And, oh boy, that cigar tastes like shit.
You don't have to finish it.
I know, I think I'm gonna toss it.
Yeah.
But, one last puff. That went out, fuck it. All right.
It's done.
There we go, we're done. Gross. Okay. But yeah, we went there, and I'll reiterate the story for those of you guys who are just joining us. We went in the solitary confinement cell, and we were just doing a regular vlog. Like, we were joking around, just having a good time, and we decided, let's do an impromptu ghost hunt. Like, we have the gear. So I ran back to the car, got it, went into the solitary confinement cell, like literally that people were in the 1800s, like terrifying. There's like one hole for light. It was filled with bats. It was like really cool.
Super cool.
And yeah, we did an EVP session with the TalkBox Spirit app. And then we got the EMF detector, which started just going nuts. And keep in mind, this is like a hole in the rock. This was like solitary confinement for the Old West. There's no wiring going through it or anything like that. The EMF detector was picking up electronic frequencies all over, like the equivalent of like holding up to a fucking, electrical box, right? Or like a fucking TV. And then we're there, we're talking to whatever could possibly be there, potential spirits. And right next to me, Emmett and I both heard it, clear as day, a big loud exhale, like a man going, and I looked to my right, Emmett looked over, scared the shit out of us.
Yeah.
And Emmett caught it on camera.
I did. Yeah, it's on my phone, and it's uploaded privately to our channel, and we're going to edit it and post it soon.
Yeah, so you guys will see it, but really intense. Like, it was one of those where I was like, dude, this is like, it startled both of us. Like, we looked at each other, and it was not coming from the talk box. Like, we know the sounds of that backwards and forwards. We've used it so many times. And it was actually like at a lower volume, and this was like much louder, and it sounded like it was coming from like my height or maybe a little higher to my right.
Yeah.
And can you hear the exhale in the video? Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can hear it very clearly. And yeah, again, like the thing I was dreading was like, I was thinking you probably won't be able to hear it because it was just a little exhale from beyond Ben where I was standing, so it was kind of far
beyond
away.
the grave.
Yeah. But in the video, it's like super clear, which is even scarier in a way. But yeah, it's like fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are in for a real freaking treat. Like, it's like, man, sometimes I do videos and I'm like, man, I hope this is interesting. I hope we get something. And sometimes when I do ghost hunts, like nothing happens. Like a lot of times nothing happens. I want it to happen, but I'm not going to put fake shit out there. I'm going to go out there and be like, okay, let's see what we can find. Let's see what happens. And sometimes nothing happens. Yeah. But this time it was really interesting because it was during the day. Like it was at like freaking like 1 in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. And we're in this cell in this old Western fucking prison. And yeah, there was an energy, man. EMF detector was going off like crazy, and we heard a fucking disembodied voice or an exhale. And I can't explain it, dude, but I'm really, 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 really thankful that he caught it. And what's interesting is we were using our Canon, my Canon M50 to record, and the battery drained really quickly in there, which sometimes happens when there's high electronic frequencies, right? And they say that sometimes ghosts will drain the batteries of equipment, and that happened. We went in there and it went from half battery all the way to like 10% or less, and it started flashing red, and it's like, oh shit, the camera's gonna die. Sorry, there's a plane and cloud cover, it's kind of noisy. But yeah, we're like, shit, we gotta stop recording on the Canon. So we stopped, we took another loop, we walked around. We didn't have a spare battery on us because we didn't think we'd need it for 30 minutes, with a full battery. We went and walked around the yard, like the prison yard, and then we went back to the solitary confinement cell, and I started playing with the EMF detector again, and Emmett was just like, I'll just record on my phone just in case. And he did, and then a few minutes later, that's when we caught the exhale. Yeah. So I'm really glad he recorded it.
Fucking insane.
So yeah, we caught something really big, guys, and I look forward to sharing it with you. It's going to be on the Unfazed Frights channel exclusively, so make sure you guys are subscribed over there. It's not posted yet. We might post on Unfazed Review as well, just for the heck of it, but I would really appreciate if you guys would all subscribe to Unfazed Frights, because we're going to have a lot more videos popping up on there that are spooky and creepy and such. But yeah, so wow, dude, the town really cleared out.
Yeah.
Oh, here's where we ate for dinner. You guys want to see where we ate for dinner? We were here a couple hours ago. It's a place called Miguel's. And it's right here. We ate at that table right there. You can't really see it.
Yummy.
You want to take a look at the menu? Miguel's Cocina. And we had the fajitas. And we did a combo of 3. We had the exact same thing because we're unfazed. We eat the same food. we had portobello mushroom. Wait, was it chicken and steak? Yeah, so we had the chicken, skirt steak, and portobello mushroom fajitas, and they were bomb, dude. They were so good. What would you say? Would you say it was a flavor explosion?
I would say muy delicioso.
Muy. Miguel's barrel. Miguel's
famous barrel.
All right. Since we're on the live stream and we're already going at 40 minutes, fuck it. You guys want to see the cemetery?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's right around the corner. You guys want to see it? Drop me some comments. Let me know you guys are alive. That sounds good. All right, cool.
Give us a hashtag see the cemetery.
Yes. See some ghost tits. Yeah. I was telling Emmett this story earlier, but I'll relay it to you guys. This area right over here, to the left of these wooden cowboys or metal cowboys. I remember coming here when I was probably about like 10 years old, maybe 11. And here's a Beatles story for you guys, Beatle taxes. There was I was like I said, maybe 10 or 11. And there was this dude doing a one-man Beatles show. I was here with my parents, obviously, when I was a kid. And he was dressed in like a blue Beatles suit. He had the fake mop top. And he was probably like a guy like in his 40s or something. And he was like layering his guitar and had a drum machine. It was doing Beatles tunes. And he was doing mostly early Beatles stuff. And it was super surreal. And it's one of those things I hadn't thought about in years until I came back here. Kind of cool. Kind of fun. All right, let's check out the cemetery. Oh, look at this house. Imagine living here.
Cool. Wonder what it is now.
Brothel. This place is sick, dude. If you guys ever happen to be in the area, Tahona Mezcaleria, it's essentially a tequila bar. And I remember coming here a few times. This place is fucking awesome because literally the windows open out over this 1800s and some 1700s grave cemetery right next door. And it's just really cool. Here, I'll show you inside. Here's this tequila bar. I don't know if you can see. Who? Lenny? Oh. Got a lot of bums hitting us up over here. Anyway, we're going to continue. Now, usually I try to be very nice, but when it gets to a point where I'm being hit up constantly, I get a little frustrated. If it's someone I can help out, I'll definitely try to do that. But where we're from, it's getting to a point where sometimes they get combative.
Yeah.
And then here, sometimes it's like you're getting bugged all the time, and kind of you get a little rude. So
it sucks because he's sleeping right in front of the cemetery.
Oh, geez. Well, we'll just have to go in.
Yeah.
You want to go? Maybe. Yeah. You know what? We'll just go.
Oh.
I get tired of getting hit up by these guys.
I didn't even see him, but he's sleeping right there.
Yeah. Well,
he woke up. We're
gonna go in anyway. I try to be nice, but sometimes it gets a little excessive.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, take a look over here. All right, guys, check this. This is a really pretty place too. All right, guys, what do you think? Should we go in? Should we go in? I had some homeless people ask me to get cash from a gas station at ATM once, since I had none. Yeah, if I seemed like a dick there, guys, let me just tell you, like, in Phoenix, like almost every time I go to get gas or go to the grocery store, like someone hits me up. Like there's literally we were eating dinner at a very nice restaurant, and a bum like brazenly walked up to our table and was like, "Hey, can you buy me food?"
Yeah.
And my thing is, it's like, it's excessive. Like, California's excessive, Arizona's excessive, the homelessness is off the fucking charts. And you know me, I try to be compassionate. I did that video on them, like, requesting people donate to charities and let's try to figure a solution out. But there's a time and a place, and then sometimes it gets annoying. Like, people are coming at you all the fucking time. And sometimes it's not just annoying, but sometimes it's like you don't know what they're gonna do. Sometimes they're high out of their mind. Like I said, there's a lot of people on drugs, especially downtown Phoenix where I work, and you don't know if they're gonna pull something. You know what I mean? You're at a gas station, you know, there's nobody around, someone comes up, you don't know if they're gonna try to rob you or something, you know? So sometimes you gotta have a little edge. But other times, you know, like even that dude, I was like, "What do you want, man?" And he's like, "Anything." I was like, "You want a burrito?" And he's like, "Can I get a drink too?" I'm like, "Sure." And then I asked the kitchen, and the kitchen's like, oh, no, we're done. We're closed. And it was late. It was like 10 o'clock at night, or 9:30, something like that. And I'm like, oh, sorry, dude, they're not serving. He's like, okay. So he left. But, like, sometimes I'm willing to help. Like, that dude, like, sure, you want food, I'll get you some food. But it's circumstantial. It depends on the situation. But like I said, sometimes it's annoying, you know, especially when you're going around places like this, like San Diego or Phoenix. It's like you get hit up every day or every other day, and it gets old after a few years, you know. So that's what we're dealing with here. But enough on the homeless. Let's check out the cemetery, guys. Check this. And some of these are very, very old graves, and most of these are so old they don't have years on them. Some of these could have been from early 1800s, possibly late 1700s. You got a lot of Spanish graves, a lot of Mexican graves, a lot of old school, old Western dudes and ladies buried here. Emmett, how you feeling over there, man?
Yeah, I'm just doing that thing.
Oh, that's right. We brought the EMF detector. And we brought something else, too, that I'll bust out on the other investigation.
I'm getting some yellow every once in a while.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me check the chats again, guys. My bad. Man, those orangish ones look glowing almost. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Check these out. How's the quality look to you guys? Decent? Can you guys see everything pretty clearly? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hell yeah. You know what's interesting is a lot of cemeteries that I've been to, sometimes you'll really get a feel. Like, you'll really get a feel where it's like, oh, dude, there's like a palpable energy. Glad it looks good. Thanks, Pete. And this one, I don't know if it's just because it's so old, but I think some of the energy fades away. Would you agree, Emmett?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, actually.
Like, sometimes you come to a place like this, and if you removed all the headstones, I would have no idea this was a cemetery. Like, I don't feel any creepy energy right at this moment. But I think another part of that is because it's so close to everything. You've got a hotel on the hill and houses. You've got businesses next door. You've got these nice, pretty lights and great restaurants and a fucking tequila bar next door that I've been to that I know is like a very cozy, inviting place. And then you've got just this, you know, amazing cemetery smack dab in the middle. There's a cop rolling by right now looking at me. Let's hope he doesn't stop. And he's still rolling by. Let's see. Oh, you see the cop? There's a cop behind me. Driving away, driving away. We're good. All right. And yeah, this place just doesn't have that spooky feel. Now, that being said, maybe as it gets later, maybe if you turn these lights off, it would be a different story. But yeah, it leads me to believe that maybe when a place is so old and you have graves that are, you know, 200 years old, 150 years old, some of the energy dissipates. And yeah, I think there's something to it. But let's take a look at some of these. Jose Antonio Estudio died 1852, R.I.P. So the man passed away 170 some odd years ago, if my math is correct. And I'm assuming he was, you know, middle-aged or older man at that point. So who knows? That dude could have been born in the 1700s for all we know. And most of these, I apologize for not reading all of them. Most of them don't have any names or markers on them.
Yeah.
Like, they're just, like, look at this. It's literally just a cross. You know, a lot of times, kind of like Lever Action was talking about in the past, I like to say their names aloud, you know, on certain graves, just kind of keep their memory alive. Like, here's one in memory of Thomas W. Tanner, died December 22nd, 1868, age 55. Let's read about him right here. All right. Thomas Tanner ran an acting troupe that performed on the second floor of the Whaley House. Wow, yeah, there's like a little theater up there. Sorry, it's real fine print. It's dark. So he performed on the second floor of the Whaley House in December 1868. So I guess it was like one performance. Tanner's troupe offered moral, chaste, and versatile entertainment consisting of drama, farce, comedy, singing, and dancing. Unfortunately, Tanner died 17 days after his troupe opened. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. We have given ecclesiastical burial to Thomas W. Tanner, widower of Policarpia de la Rosa. He was a native of Baltimore, Maryland. Father Antonio Ubach. Crazy stuff, man. So this gent was an actor. He was a thespian. Passed away 1868. That's crazy, man. Can y'all come north? I'm in the Redwoods right now. I just drove down from Oregon. If you want to come meet us, man, we're a little pressed for time because we got to get back to work, and Emmett has a music gig on Thursday. But if you want to come down to San Diego tomorrow and say what's up, feel free, dude. But unfortunately, we don't have that much time. We got to get back to Phoenix tomorrow night. But if anyone's in San Diego area, you want to say what's up tomorrow, we're hanging. If you're in the Old Town or Pacific Beach area tomorrow, feel free to say what's up. Moving from Maryland to California, it's quite the thing, especially in the 1800s. What a guy. Yeah, dude, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Redwoods are beautiful, though, man. I went to the Redwoods.
Indoor.
Yeah, indoor. Wow. That's actually indoor.
Yep.
Yeah, fun fact. I went to the Redwoods when I was a kid. I was probably about 9, maybe. And they were really gorgeous, but I have not been back as an adult, so it'd be really cool to check that out. We could do an indoor vlog.
That'd be great. Yeah,
no, but sorry, dude. We're a little pressed for time on this trip, but definitely down for Unfazed meetups at some point. I can't, but holy crap, that would be awesome. Hope you and Emmett are doing well. Hell yeah, right? We're doing good, man. It's been a really good trip. Sorry, I'm getting indigestion. I had a bunch of spicy fajitas. Yo, same. I was 3 when I visited. Yeah, cool place. Yes, we go here all the time to camp. Fuck yeah. Dude, I've been really interested in camping lately, you guys. I've been watching a lot of camping YouTubers. I'm totally leaning on someone's head, son. Rude, sorry. I'm like posting up, relaxing. I look down, I'm like on top of a grave. I'm sorry. My apologies. It's an unmarked grave. I'm sorry, buddy. Whoever that was really rude. I'm like literally like belching and like leaning on this fucking headstone. I'm sorry. Can you tell I'm comfortable with cemeteries? Jesus. Yeah. What was I saying? It's still illegal to hunt Ewoks up here. That's a shame. Little buggers. Yeah, so camping. I've been watching Camping with Steve. It's a fun channel. I just enjoy it. And actually what really... Hi, Doombot, again. What really kicked up... We're not sitting on a grave now. We're sitting on a stump of a palm tree. Yes. A palm of the face. And...
palm of the stump.
Palm of the stump, yeah. And what really got me back into camping, actually...
Ruby?
We went to Ruby actually over a year ago now. I think it was a year and like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like March of last year. And if you guys liked that video, I fucking loved that experience. It was so cool. And it rekindled my interest in camping. Actually, as a kid, I appreciate it. I enjoyed going camping with my parents. It was fun. But I was never like a big fan of it. And as I got older, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. We want to do more like that. That was fun.
I'm here.
It was really, really cool, and it was so exciting in real life. And like I said, in retrospect, I appreciate going camping as a kid, but I was never like really into it, you know? And like when I got high school, early 20s, I just had no interest in it. I didn't think about it, you know?
Yeah.
And doing that, you know, going out tent camping and really going off the grid and exploring a ghost town and shit and just being out in the elements like that and having to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, like I fucking loved it. And yeah, the ghost orbs in the classroom are crazy. Can you give me an elf? What's that? 1 second. Let me finish my camping story. So I really would like to go. I would like to do more stuff like that. It says it would make his life. Go ahead.
I don't think I can do it. What elf? An elf. What's that? Very well. What's that? Just the best I got.
Very nice. But yeah, I would definitely like to do more camping. I think it would be super fun.
No. Fuck. Yeah, no, camping's great. Camping's super zen and stuff. It is liberating. And Ruby was scary. Like the surroundings were kind of, it was beautiful but macabre and sort of depressing in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But like cool depressing. I had a blast. It was sort of a spooky blast, but it was fun.
It was a spooky blast.
If we went camping in Flagstaff, that's a truly gorgeous experience because it's like you really feel, I don't know, you're up in the pines and it's just so pretty. It's just so beautiful, man.
My pine!
I love my pine. I pine to be in the pines.
Old man Peabody had this crazy idea about breeding pine trees. You know what that's from? Comment if you know what that's from.
Well, I know what that's from. What is that from? Holy shit.
My pine!
Oh, what is that fucking from? I know that.
See if they know it in the comments. Oh, there we go.
Old man Peabody.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Oh, Back to the Future.
There we go. Yeah, yeah.
It's a crazy idea.
Now, I'm sure you know this. Back to the Future, correct. It was from Back to the Future. Do you know, obviously, I feel like this is, for anyone who knows Back to the Future, this is super common knowledge, but to someone who may not be a huge buff on it, when...
a Biff buff.
When Marty goes to meet Doc at Twin Pines Mall, before they go into the past, it's Twin Pines Mall. And when he goes back to 1955 and lands in that barn on Peabody's farm, and he shoots, he speeds away and he kills one of the pine trees. And so he says, "My pine." When Marty goes back to 1985, the mall is called Lone Pine Mall.
Lone Pine Mall, yeah.
Because he killed one of the original pines.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and apparently now that mall is dead.
Like all the other ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's like on life support. There's not much left. I think you can still go there, but it's
Lone Person Mall.
It's sad, man. Yeah. It's sad. Let's see if I missed any comments. Did I miss any of your guys' comments? Let me go through.
Yes, you did.
Let me take a fucking look. Let's see.
The way of the future.
Getting
tired.
Let's see. No, I think I got all. We only got 7 homies in here. All right, guys. We're in a cemetery. You got your Unfazed boys for a few more minutes before we do a separate Unfazed Frights video. Is there anything you guys want to ask us? Any questions? Any requests for the cemetery? Keep it PG-13, guys.
I'm not sure if we're going to get a lot of this one. We really lucked out with Yuma.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the priest again.
Oh, there's the priest walking his dog.
That's a good vibe to have while we're in the cemetery here.
Yeah, we have an adjacent priest walking a pit bull, smoking a cigar, in a cowboy hat.
Ready to help us out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Boys, you conjuring the spirits? That's bad juju. Let me help you out.
All right, let me get the Bible and my shotgun. Come on. That's all you need. Fun fact about San Diego, it has one of the shortest skylines in America. Because it's so close to the airport. So the skyscrapers can't go past a certain height because they don't want planes crashing into them.
I disagree.
Check this. Come and say, "I saw you saw set up on the wall."
Oh no.
I want to read another one of these. Let's see. The print is so small. The funeral of a Don Ambrosio Castillo. A lot of Castillos here. Buried in El Campo Santo in Old Town. He died Tuesday. Don Ambrosio Castillo died Tuesday morning. Was Wednesday evening. His body has been kept awaiting the arrival of his wife and daughter from San Rafael. The red rays of the sun had just disappeared in the west when the funeral, I don't know what word that is, passed through the plaza. Oh, coalition? Is that what it is? A coal-black horse in a light wagon with the corpse led by a friend behind the procession, consisting of about 15 persons. I don't feel like reading the rest of it, but...
Phoebe.
Yes.
On that billboard, whatever you want to call that back there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez, that's listing everyone who's buried here. I think it has to be.
Oh, shit.
A lot of people. A lot of them are little kids, like 7 months.
Oh, my God.
And it's all from the 1800s.
Well, it was really rough back then to have a kid.
Yeah.
'Cause I guess, a lot of death and childbirth and stuff. But yeah, these are the names of all the folks buried here.
Thomas Minter, 16 months. 18-something. We don't even know when he died.
Wow, poor guy.
Yeah.
Dude, some of these poor kids didn't stand a chance back then.
And a lot of the ages are just like unknown.
Well, sometimes you think about that now. You think of all the modern medicine miracles of women being able to have C-sections, having babies, and just the medical help, and incubators for babies that are born premature and stuff like that. That really gives so many people the opportunity to have life, right? Back then they didn't have any of that. Like women died in childbirth a bunch, and babies died, and it's crazy, man. So, yeah, we're lucky to live in the time we live in with all the medicine that we have, but the Old West, we would have had better adventures. Things must have been pretty rough. It's kind of depressing. Dude, absolutely, yeah. I love the romanticized version of the West, but I'm sure it was really fucking rough, But, there was probably a lot of cool adventure and danger, and the culture was neat.
And we were getting the vibe of the more leisurely pace of things when we were here.
Yeah.
That you see in movies and stuff, which was true. Things used to just go slower, and it's just kind of beautiful in that way. I mean, obviously everyone's fucking dying. There's always two sides to a coin, but you definitely get a sense of that walking around Old Town, because they do a good job of maintaining that turn of the century vibe.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. I do. Part of me, even though I haven't lived through it, I'm almost nostalgic for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I get that every time I come to Old Town. It's like a feeling of yearning for a time you've never been in, and this is the closest we're ever gonna get. Yeah. Walking around here, it's exactly, Emmett hit the nail on the head. It's it feels like walking around in the Old West. Like you get to go in the old tobacco shop. There are certain people walking around in cowboy hats, but it's not like excessive, like people doing, reenacting or anything like that.
That'd be lame if they're reenacting.
Yeah, it's nothing lame like that, like cheesy. It's just like it just happens to be a really old town, and some of the culture is still here.
Yeah.
And the history has been preserved pretty well in a lot of the buildings. And literally walking down the street, what I really like about Old Town, like the actual core of it, like the actual town square, it's roped off so cars don't go through there. Like you walk through and there's no traffic, like, for a half a mile, which is great. And it really adds to the effect. And just walking around there at night, there's a vibe. Yeah. And I feel like it would be very similar to walking around there in the 1800s, like peaceful, calm. But then you walk a mile down the road and you got, hip hop playing and you got cars but it's like this little isolated section of history.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
Whenever y'all talk about ghosts, I always think about the very first Ghost Adventures documentary in Goldfield because it's kind of like Arizona, Have you all ever been there? Yes, I have.
Yeah, we went to Goldfield. We did a vlog of it. Yeah, long time ago.
I think
it wasn't a ghost vlog. It was just a vlog.
I think you're thinking about Nevada. We went to Goldfield in Arizona.
Oh, it's Nevada. Yeah,
I think you're thinking about
yeah, he's in Nevada.
A different place in Nevada. Yeah, we went to one in Arizona called Goldfield, but I know exactly what we're talking about. I went to Nevada as well, and that's the one with the old Washoe Club where they caught like the legs walking in their first documentary. I went there before I got into YouTube stuff and before I was making videos. I went there with my parents when I was probably like maybe like 13 or 14 or something like that. And I went in the old Washoe Club and saw those places, and it was cool, but it was very just like family trip, touristy, But I would actually thank you for that recommendation. I would fucking love to go back there.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
That'd be really cool. And Nevada's not that far away. So, dude, I agree. That was some of the best evidence ever. That first Ghost Hunters documentary or Ghost Adventures documentary, if you've never seen it. No, you're not spamming, dude. It's all good. It's fucking sick. Like, Ghost Adventures documentary is amazing. That first one it made me a fan. I remember seeing that and I was like, okay, this is what blew these guys up. Like, good. Like, they were incredible. And that was at a time before everyone was doing stuff with CGI and before they were deep fakes. And, they were just an independent crew, looking for ghosts, and they got really solid evidence. And it was amazing. Is that the one with the thrown brick? I don't remember, man. It's been a long time. It could be.
The brick, holy crap. Yeah, I guess it was, yeah.
Yeah. That one was legit, dude. Hey, I'm going to kick my little light on here, and you guys can look around here. Check this.
No lie.
But yeah, dude, that documentary is fucking incredible. Oh, this one's sad. Anita Gillis, a little girl, R.I.P. That's all it says, is just a little girl.
People are still giving flowers and toys and stuff.
Excuse me, sorry. So sad.
How old? It doesn't say. No one here is beyond the 1800s. So.
No. All right, Anita, rest in peace. Oh, this one's very
cool.
Ornate.
Wow, that's super cool.
Jose G, or is it a C? Jose G.
It's like a scroll. That's awesome.
Jose G and A Estudio. A lot of Estudios. Died, March
15th, 1876.
1876. Age
25 days.
25 days. Poor baby, man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, a lot of kids. Tragic, man. Really tragic. All right, so as far as me saying this place doesn't have a feel, good night, Rat. Have a good one, man. Also,
good night, Rat.
He also has a comment
like
for you, sir.
Down. Good night, guys. Thanks for chatting. Also, I'm going to love your last place. Thank you so much. Good night, Rat.
Take care, buddy. All right, man. That being said, I'm actually getting kind of tired, and we still need to do a full ghost hunt. Yeah. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. And what I was going to say, this area over here does feel kind of spooky.
Yeah, I don't like this one either.
There's something about this area that feels weird. It definitely feels weird. Bye, Shimon. Take care. There's something about this area that has a vibe, and I just got a little bit of a tingle down the spine, which is weird. So I think it's a good time to actually start our investigation. And anyway, take a look for the actual video on Unfazed Frights coming in a few days. And remain unfazed, guys. Love you.
See you soon.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Whoa, whoa. Oh, blinded myself. All right. Bye, guys. Take care. See you, Doombot. Later. Remain unfazed.